Hello everybody, Reggie Time here with another session of Pineapple. We are following on from yesterday's video where we um, had some pretty interesting spots. If you haven't watched that already, then do go back and watch that before watching this one. It will give you more idea of like the game flow from the last video, going into something from like earlier in the session, going into this part of the session. The reason I'm trying to make videos every day this week is because it's spam week. I want to fill up my sack for Dawn's Christmas presents, and I want to fill that sack up by playing lots of poker, winning lots of money, and also hopefully gaining some new customers or reconnecting with some more customers through my affiliate business. I play in these clubs, but I also am able to connect players with agents and get you up to 25% rate back. All of my PP poker clubs have 25% rate back. Poker Bros, which I do videos for privately on Facebook. If you're in the Facebook group, you'll get to see them. It's usually 20% rate back in there because games are that the no limit hold and pure no limit hold games are a little bit softer, and also generally club managers on Poker Bros aren't quite so generous with the rate back. But yeah, if you want to get involved in these games, these Pineapple games, or if you want to get involved in No Limit, Pot Limit, Omar, Empty, whatever it is you play, and get some rate back, please do reach out and get in touch. And I'll hook you up with something that's perfect for you within your bankroll requirements, in your time zone, games you like to play, quality, everything. Whatever it is you want to do in No Limit Hold'em, in cash game poker particularly, I will know the perfect club for you, for everything about you. We'll have a discussion before we start, and I will guarantee you I'll find you the best club to meet your needs. So yeah, please, please, please make me busy. Get in touch. We had aces towards the end of the last video, and we won a full load. We are now remarkably deep here against pretty much a station. This is not the best of flops, but because we have the ace of clubs, makes me feel a little bit better about betting it. Do we go small, small here, or do we check and call Brick Rivers? I think we go small, small. Maybe. No. Now we just lose, don't we? Very surprised if we win this pot. But we did. Yeah, one of the few hands that we could beat. Hello, Cowboys. Why can't flops just come down how you want them to? Why do they have to dick around with shit like this? Oh yeah, we just pop the ace out for you, mate. You got kings against a 63 VPIP, and we'll just pop an ace out for you, which either defeats you or makes it very hard for you to get any value. Ace Jack. Cunt! That's all I've got to say there. Cunt. Looks like James is fucking off, which is not a bad thing. Leaving me with all these fishy with a bit of luck. He'll fuck off over here as well and leave me with two tables teeming with fish. As you can see for yourselves in these games, just take a moment to savour the VPIPs we see at these tables. 74, 54, 39, 55, 52, 63, 49, 30, 54, 58, 41. Yeah. If you ask me to come and get in these games and then you still don't manage to win, and you need to do one of two things: work very hard on your game because it's in terrible shape, or give up poker, basically. Because these games are literally like going back 15 years in time. Games weren't as good as this in 2006 when I first started playing cash games. They weren't this good. Now I get it, we're playing a game where you've got an extra hole card, and if you're playing standard no limit hold'em, you're not going to find games as good as these. But this is basically no limit hold'em. It's just no limit hold'em where you get dealt 3 cards and throw one away before the flop, and then you play it like no limit hold'em. It is quite a sensational addition to the PP Poker portfolio. They are very innovative in the games they bring out, and they do provide many opportunities to get into sensational games, like the Pot Limit Omaha 5-card Pot Limit Omaha we were playing a while back. I didn't do fantastic in those games, but fuck me, those games were fantastic. They're short deck on this side. I don't particularly like short deck very much, but they're short deck that I have a couple of players that do very well in. And if you are just a standard nope, this is what I am. I'm a no-limit player. I have sex with my wife once a week, 7:30 on a Wednesday with the lights out, and the rest of the time I play no-limit hold'em. And yeah, there's some very good no-limit hold'em games in like the context of no-limit hold'em games in other areas. So yeah, it's a one-stop shop. This PP Poker and Poker Bros, it's a one-stop shop to get you into good games, whatever it is that you want to be in. And I'm the guy who can get you into them. I have good contacts. I have good working knowledge of all the clubs that I am involved with. And I can find and get you in pretty damn quickly the perfect game for you. Do not let me down. Make me busy. Give me work to do. I've cut out overlimping lately in my game. I really did. I was tempted to overlimp the 9-10 then. I'll overlimp occasionally purely to set mine. Not overlimping with any kind of frequency whatsoever. I'm not sure if I need to completely cut it out, but I know I was probably doing it a little bit too much, which is kind of rendering me like just leads to like more passivity, because then you go into post flop without like being able to like have the initiative, to have range advantage, those types of things. Yeah, I think it was leading to other leaks in my game too. So I was like, nope, cut this shit out, Reggie. But I think there's probably room for it. I just need to play better when I'm doing it. I've been working on other areas of my game. Like, try to find spots where I can play better in spots where I've overlimped. Isn't going to be top of my list of things to work on in my game. So for the time being, we'll just cut it out and then It's not much of a problem. I mean, this line is just reeks of pure bullshit, but we're not going to do anything about it. We're not going to do anything about it because it's just too likely. We go for the big raise and he just fucking looks me up with all his showdown value. So let's just not fucking bother. Big squeeze with the queens. We're not folding the ace queen for the one bet. This guy's min raised us, which is pretty devastating. But I don't think I'm in the mood for. I mean, if he's got a 10, he's got a 10, I guess. Although every bone in my body is just screaming for. Look how passive the guy is. That is brutal. That felt fucking brutal. But I mean, we played several pots with the guy now. He hasn't fucking raised once. He hasn't raised us once. And then he min raises flop and pots turn. I think it'd be a gross dereliction of duty to just punt over about 100 blinds in that spot. That didn't feel good. That did not feel good. And we're going to get plenty of cracks at this guy though, so I don't think we need to just be just like punting an overpair against him. I like this spot quite a lot because we're very deep and it's just very likely he has just big pairs and high cards. Oh, this could get messy. Don't bet pot. Oh, he's checked. We are taking the free one. He's either got aces, he's either got kings or queens that he's shitting his pants with, or he's trying to trap me with aces. Either way, we check. I think he has two kings. Pretty sure he has kings. Do we go for it? Boom. Happy with that outcome. Probably fucked here with the queens, but of course we're not folding. We could have jacks, ace, king, and do this. Looks like I don't want to see a flop. Okay. Oh, it looks like pocket kings. Never mind. set, no bet. Table 2. It's making me less confident in my fold earlier. It's making me, mind you, I suppose it was a relatively small pot, and I don't know. I don't know, but we're not set mining here because he has no money. Wouldn't it be delightful just to flop a flush here? Or 3 9s. I'm going to take either. No, that chuffed with the gut shot. Spot where we could peel if the guys had more money, but they don't, so we will just fold. Make a rare complete from the small blind with the queen jack. And brick. We're bricking a lot of flops today, aren't we? Aces. You get aces more often than usual in these games, which is always nice. I have a limp. Right, what I'm going to do here is raise to 3 blinds. Because he's going to go, they'll all call, he'll go all in and reopen the betting for me. That is the plan here. It's a bit risky because if he doesn't jam, then we're going to be multi-way out of position with aces. Well, someone's done our job for us anyway. And now we just get to put the rest in. In against jacks and king queen, and we drag it down. Lovely. Two players, both reporting to the rail. Which is nice that we won the money, but it's not nice that the table might now break. Here we're just going to put the money in against what I'm expecting is going to be a pretty wide range that we can still be ahead of. So as I said, I can't remember if we said it in this video or in the previous video, but the short-term variance in these games is higher than standard no limit, but our long-term variance is going to be lower because we're just going to be able to have very nice win rates. And if you're remotely experienced at poker, you will know that the softer the games you're in long term, they guess effectively what we could say is like the higher the variance, the higher the short-term variance. If you're a skilled player, the higher your win rate is likely to be. Just going to check this down here with the Jack Queen. Hope to beat 9x. Happy days. So yeah, you can't shy away from these high variance games because usually that's where the biggest win rates are to be found. So you're just going to get involved, roll your sleeves up. Right, short term, it's going to do me fucking nutting sometimes. But long term, I'm going to love my bottom line. And that is absolutely the view to take in these types of games. I'm going to make a small stab with our overs and backdoors. This guy doesn't check raise very much, so we're not too worried about being raised. He calls, and we get a turn that we don't want to barrel. Check, see, we might overbet. Or we might give up. I wasn't liking the spot for the overbet. It doesn't make a lot of sense. And usually when you take lines that don't make sense, they don't work very well. We've been 3-bet by a guy who's lost most of his chips. We're not going to be shy here. He had a massive stack earlier. He could easily be tilting his brains out, which he is. And we get to relieve him of the rest of his chips. Happy days. We had the executioners today. We've killed a few. We've took a few shots ourselves. We've been in a gunfight, haven't we? And we've slain a few people, and we've been slain by a few people. I actually don't know if I'm winning this session or not over this course of the 2 videos. I mean, we're winning at this table. We're crushing this table by, well, only by 100 blinds actually. So maybe we're not winning this session. We're at that table, 50 blinds at that table. I think we're down a lot at this table because we spunked to buy enough to James earlier, didn't we? We spunked more than the buy enough. I'm not sure. I'll have a look at the end of the video. I played a session in the early hours, which will count as today. I think I was up 4,000 chips before the start of the session for the day. So I'll have an idea of whether it's been a winning session or losing session at the end. I won't be able to be very accurate with how much we've won or lost, but I'll have an idea at least. Bet big, probably fold to a race here with the Jack 10, and then probably check back river. Gonna float 1. You do get raised here. Easy fold. This nitty regular double barrels in a spot where he's just not going to have anywhere near enough bluffs. I play with him a lot. He's raised here. He's basically repping sets. I'm not folding. That is a pretty salty run out. Guess we just check fold. Hope to beat King, Queen, King, Jack, that type of thing. Although what 7x does he have that raises that flop? What? What? Nice answer. Yeah, Jack Queen was very low down the list of hands that I thought he could potentially have there. That has to be said. That's a fun sizing, isn't it? Do you think he might have a good hand? Do you think there's a chance he's got a hand there that he's happy with? Maybe not. Well, I'm probably set the set of 4s. Either way, he's trying to needle me with the showing of the 4, but little does he know, or maybe little does he know, that the 4 was good. Don't like having 3 of a suit to start with, but I do like having ace jack, so we're going to kick it off with a 3-bet against a pink tag who's posted under the gun then raised. Probably dead. No, we're not. Just flop the nuts instead, and then just hold. Happy days. Threw the wrong one away, Reggie. Should have kept the suit. Should have kept the suit, because now you can't play your hand, where previously we could have played it. You fucking idiot. I mean, why would you throw the 4 of clubs away there? Interesting spot. I'm not in love with our top pair, but we are in love with our draw. I think it's a spot where we can just check here, I think. No reason to bet. Look at this guy. What an... In fact, he's not having that orange tag. The orange tag assumes at least a small degree of competence, and I'm afraid this fellow doesn't have any. Here's a high degree of incompetence, so you don't deserve the orange tag. Totally undeserved. Michael Jordan. He's a fan. He's a fan of the big man. I'm not sure that I've kind of just transferred my current no limit holding strategy to these games with like small, like proby flop bets with a high frequency, and I'm not sure in games as fishy as this that translates too well to these games. I think people just we're engaged with a lot more like really weak players who aren't that into folding. I think probably as I go on through the week, I will be lowering my flop C bet frequencies significantly and increasing my sizing, which isn't what I've been doing lately. Obviously, when I've been just playing box and no limit games where you're playing a lot more regulars, the game plays very differently. So I think probably we'll be erring away from that, but remembering to do it when I play my like late evening, early hours, no limit hold'em session done Poker Bros. Go back more to that style, but then when we're playing these games, play a game that's theoretically less sound, but in practice more effective. And that's what I struggled with in the past when I played different games, like switching strategies from like one game to the next. Kind of not been great at doing that. I mean, look at these games. The fish just keep coming. It's a relentless onslaught of marine activity. Really bad turn card. Cannot barrel this card. Lots of cards we could have barreled on the Queen 9 deuce with backdoors, but that isn't one of them. giving up. Having spades and a jack is not good in terms of like manipulating his range for the types of hand we'd like him to have. Easy jam with the jacks, and we hold. I'm going to bluff with the 10 jack. And it works. I think when fish raise pre-flop and don't c-bet, most of the time it's just because they don't like the flop. So when we have jack high, we're going to try and exploit that population read. Or try and use that population read, should I say, to exploit the population. And the ones that are checking back some stronger hands, then we just bear that in mind next time we want to try and bluff them. Flat here with the ace jack suited because we won this guy in the pot. We don't want him out of the pot. He's the guy we're going to make a lot more money from him long term than him. So we want to keep him in. We're going to float this and we're going to get very busy on green turns or versus checks. So he tanks and goes 3/4 pot on the total brick. I've seen enough, sir. As I've said, this guy is pretty damn face up post flop. Don't think he's particularly good. I think he's, well, he plays a lot of hands. I think probably saying he's not really good, that's probably not fair. He probably makes an awful lot of money from these clubs, but I think he's like, he's not into the whole, protecting his range type things. I think he just does. I think he just plays pretty face up. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I'm going to go with a very small ISO here. The ace jack. Against the guy with the pink tag. I smell a donk coming. No donk. I might smell some spew coming from me. Nope, we were emptying the clip there, guys. We were going for it. I just had a vision that he was in the middle pair or just general weak float region and was about to put that read into action and, if needs be, fire multiple streets. Three bet into 13 bigs of 60 tells me that we have no pre-flop fold equity, so we're going to be out of that one. We're not going to see bet into two opponents with a hand that isn't going to perform well on later streets. And I think we're about done for the video. I think we'll just make sure we don't get any hands dealt in the next orbit, and of course we do, because every time I want to end a video, something comes along to disturb that. What the fuck is that all about? 30/3 with a 1% 3-bet. Tens by. You absolutely. I mean, you're another one that's just thoroughly undeserving of the orange tag, which assumes at least some small level of competence. You're just not having it, kid. Got to earn that orange tag, and you haven't. I want to see some nice turn cards given this guy's floated. We're off for a set man over here. We're on a check fold with the Queen 8. Flopped a set over here, which is absolutely sparkling. And he bets really big. We like this. We like what we're seeing. We don't love the turn because he's going to get scared with aces now. All we can do is hope for the ace king. Nope, he just has aces, doesn't he? He just has aces. So what do aces pay here? 17. Yeah, we captured a nice hand at the end there. Sure, the second king came. I think we probably felt him if it just runs out clean. But never mind. So let's have a look how we've done for the session. Let's see, we were about 4,100 chips up for the day. We've actually made more. We've made another. Didn't feel like we've made 1,600 chips, but we have. So that's nice. That's about $30-something, which I'll take because it felt like we were losing. So we'll just play these hands out that we're involved in. Call it a day. Probably going to have to call this river given the line we've taken. I think we'll just check it down though. There's much value to be had. Three bet again by this guy who looks like he might be some like shit aggro regular. But now we'll just let him keep abusing us. I mean, almost no hands on him. He seems to be three betting a reasonable frequency, but as we all know, over that sample size, there's just nothing to be learned from it. So ignore it. I like having two aces. Video might never end. Jimbobo, I don't mind you putting another bet in here, Jimbobo. But you don't. Pretty solid flop. I think it's just a spot to bet small. 3 times against a regular. Maybe it's not. Maybe the turn should be an increased size, but the 7, it's not a card I'm going to want to bet too often. He goes with a very small raise. We're just going to go call, I think. Now we lose to pocket kings, pocket nines. Right, so he doesn't go with the bet. going for all of it. Try and target his King X. No, we don't get paid. Never mind. That is the end of the video because we'll be here all fucking day otherwise. And I think I've said enough for today. So yeah, we'll leave it there. I hope you guys have enjoyed the last 2 videos. Fingers crossed. There'll be one coming out Wednesday and Thursday and Friday because it's spam week. But for now, we'll leave it there. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. And please do get in touch. Get involved in these games. Make me a busy boy and make yourself some money. Take care, everybody, and bye-bye for now.